Today we're going to talk with you about communication. You can see the topic of our lesson at the board. And today we're going to learn about different types of communication. We're going to learn some new vocabulary. We'll communicate a lot, and we hope that after today's lesson you're going to learn how to communicate better and maybe improve your communication skills. So first of all, let's have a look at the definition of communication. Vic, could you read it, please?
Okay. Communication is the process of understanding and receiving messages or information, ideas, or news from one person to another. Being able to communicate effectively is the most important of all life skills.
So communication is something we experience every day in our lives. So it's really one of the most essential skills that we need to have. Well, can you imagine a day without communication, guys? Mm-hmm. No talking, no family contacts, no video calls, regular talks, nothing. Well, probably we can imagine a day, but a week or maybe a month is going to be a big problem, right? Mm-hmm. So let's have a look first at the mind map, where we're going to check different kinds of communication. You can see them on the screen and here on the sheet of paper.
I will show you.
They're going to work in pairs, so we've got one for the pair. So let's first read and maybe just discuss them a little bit. Let's start with this one. Emil, could you read this one?
Verbal.
It's verbal, right? What do you think is that? What kinds of communication is verbal? Any ideas, anyone?
Maybe it's when you communicate with the person. Yes, face to face.
Face to face. Well, not necessarily face to face, but
With words.
With words. That's the main idea, that you need to use words. Okay. The next is Ksush.
Non-verbal.
What does that mean?
Without words.
Without words. The next, Fit.
Listening.
Listening. Well, this is something we do every day, especially you do at school, right? The next, visual. What is that?
This is when we watch and get information.
Yes, when we look at something and get information. Good. And the last one is
When
well, you can read first. It's called written communication when you write.
Write or someone write
Okay, so we call this a mind map. Do you know what a mind map is? Well, we have our topic in the middle, and then around it we have different types. And we'd like you to think about the examples that you could write and complete the mind map. Okay?
Mm-hmm.
We give you a minute or two. You work in pairs, discuss, write down the examples, and then we will check. You can write as many as you want.
Communication is only between people or anything that we get information. So
Probably not just people. It can be anything. Well, we have the sender and the receiver. Do you mean robots? Like,
No, I mean some things where we get information, for example, TV or
yes?
also
Counts, yeah,
Yes, thank
for
you.
sure.
Language or what?
Okay, guys, have you got at least one example everywhere? One or two? Yeah. Let's share them. Let's start again with verbal. Can you tell me what you got? Next, Lotta. For verbal.
Message,
Mhm.
call, talk.
Okay. Any others?
Dialogue.
Dialogue. Okay. Big.
No,
Do you
we
have
have the same.
Oh, the same? You girls?
The phone call.
Phone calls. Okay. So let's check what we have here as the examples. We've got telephone, we've got face-to-face communication. Do you understand what this means, right? And we've got video calls. There are lots of them, really, but we'll just take the most important ones. The next is non-verbal. Sid, could you share yours?
I think non-verbal is language or body.
Okay. Body language.
Body language, yes.
Okay.
And maybe when you would like to show something with your hand without
Like using signs,
Yes, using
right?
signs.
Sign language. Okay. What else do you have? The same. The same. What?
The people who can hear, they communicate with the
Sign language.
Yes.
Call it sign language.
language.
Okay, good.
Emojis.
Emojis. Okay. Next. Pictures and gifts. And what? Oh, gifts. Okay. Let's check the ones we have here. We have eye contact. Remember that eye contact is really important in communication, body language, and we've got facial expressions. Something we have on our faces, right? The next is listening. What do you have for listening? Imi? Lessons. Okay. Something else? Like
radio.
radio. Good. You guys? Messages. Oh, voice messaging. Good. Okay, let's check what we have here. It's a lesson and training sessions. There are lots of others. Visual communication. Next.
In real life, face to face, by pictures and video calls.
Okay, pictures, video calls, we have verbal communication, but okay.
We've got videos and photos.
Photos, good.
Emojis.
Emojis for visual, okay. What else? Good save, right? We've got here presentation, which you can see on the boards now, right? And you get information, graphic design, and illustrations. And written communication. Next. What's for written?
Letters, for example.
Letters, okay, and different kinds of them, right?
Yeah.
What do you have? Letters?
Letters, text messages.
Okay, text messages.
Posts.
Posts in the internet. So we have here social media and emails. We've got also letters, reports, reviews, and so on. So these are the main types of communication. And I've got one more question. Do we use one type at a time? Then how does it happen? There are lots of them, and we usually mix them. Right. We usually use a mixture of them. Which do you think is the most used out of these ones? Verbal. Any other? Written. Any other?
I think anything is used.
I know, but there is one which is used most of all. It takes most of our communication. Well, Zlat, you've got the correct answer. It's now verbal, guys. nonverbal communication takes 55% of all the communication that we have. Okay, so that's all about the types. Let's continue.
Okay, now moving on. Look at the board. Here there are 3 questions. Zlata, read the first one, please.
How do you think technology has changed the way people communicate?
Yeah, the second is feminist.
What kind of communication do you prefer, face-to-face or online?
And
What
Vika.
device do you usually use to communicate with people?
So, work in pairs and discuss it.
Start the first
Each other and talk.
All the time and all around the world.
For example, Russian communication like ours, other devices, don't have real
What kind of communication do you prefer, face-to-face or online? I prefer face-to-face because when I communicate face-to-face with person, I can speak much more and I can better understand what they want. For me, I usually use smartphones or
we can talk so maybe in real life. The person
Communication is first because
with the person is expressing emotions. What devices do you usually use to communicate with people?
Okay, your time is up, guys. So let's discuss it all together. Girls, how do you think technology has changed the way people communicate? You discussed it for a long time. I'm listening to yourself. Come on.
Okay, we think that technology has changed the people communication because nowadays people's usually texting by the phones and laptops and other technology, and we have online talking. But now people sometimes by online communication we can it's easier for us to talk, but when we are talking in real life sometimes it's difficult to choose the words.
Okay, thank you. Would you like to add anything? Okay, then what kind of communication do you prefer, face-to-face or online?
In my opinion, I prefer communication face-to-face because when I communicate with a person face-to-face, I can see his body language, I can better understand his aims, and that's all.
Okay. Do you agree with Ida?
Yes.
Would you like to add anything?
Maybe when you communicate face to face, you can easier notice what a person means when
Reaction.
Yes, reaction. And online, you cannot see emotions or facial expressions. But I think online communication is more popular nowadays because it's much easier than meet in person and communicate face to face.
Because they're always in a hurry these days. And the last one, what devices do you usually use to communicate with people? Now you please.
I usually use my phone because my phone always with me. But
Because I can't survive without it. Okay, Vika?
Yeah, I think I usually use phone too because it's easier for me than the computer.
Zlata?
I usually use phone because I can take photos, post, communicate with people when I like walking somewhere or relaxing.
So I see that phone is your favorite device. The same with you?
Yes.
Okay. And for you girls?
The same.
The same. Okay. So moving on.
Yeah, the next one.
We are going to watch a video, a short video about communication, of course. Before watching it, let's discuss some vocabulary items taken from the video script. You will be working again in pairs, and there is a list of new words, new vocabulary, and their definitions. Just match the words with their definitions. Be quick, please. Nice and slow. Have you finished? Okay, well done. Now let's start the checking. So checking up the words and expressions. Read the definition and then choose the proper word or expression. Zlata, start with a simple picture
of smiley face with a
Circle.
circle with two eyes and
a curved mouth.
smiley.
Do you agree? It's smiley, yeah, you are right. Then you please.
We fail to understand what someone is trying to tell me, so it's get the wrong message.
Do you agree? Настя Корненко?
Additional English used to express an idea or feelings, emoji.
Emoji. Yeah, right, you please.
To show traditions, customs, and values of a certain country, reflect the culture.
Reflect the culture. Do you agree?
Yes.
Okay, and now Ksyusha?
The activity of sending a text message by phone. I think it's texting.
Yes, you're right. Then, Darek, sorry?
To say what you think or feel, express yourself.
You are right. Fida?
A special symbol used in writing to separate phrases and sentences. I think it's communication? No. Punctuation.
It's punctuation. Yes, it's punctuation. And the last one, Nastya, is for you.
Someone who is able to talk in a way that other people understand using
Okay, good. Well done. Now, time to watch the video.
Right, guys, we're going to watch a video now, but be attentive because after the video you'll have some questions. Try to remember the main points, okay?
Do you speak emoji? What is language? The words we write, the words we speak, how someone says the words, the way they move when they are saying them, the way people feel when they say them. Sometimes people can get the wrong message, and sometimes our ideas are not clear, even when we try our best. So maybe words aren't enough. In our world of technology, are people losing the ability to communicate, or are we still able to understand each other? How can we show our feelings or emotions behind the words? Some years ago, people started using punctuation to show emotions, and this worked some of the time. But then something new came from Japan. The emoji. The emoji changed texting forever. Emojis helped us to show our emotions. They could show when we were feeling angry, happy, good, surprised, or bored. Emojis helped us communicate what we wanted to say quickly and clearly. However, this wasn't a new idea. Long ago, people used to communicate with pictures. They drew animals and people on walls. These pictures gave people a way to tell their stories, thousands of years before the written word appeared. We've gone from pictures to emojis, and a lot has happened in between. Some people have said this is going backwards, but is it really? Language is a mix of speech, the written word, body language, and emotions. Emojis give us another way to express ourselves and can also reflect our culture. For example, Arabic speakers use flower and plant emojis 4 times more than speakers of other languages. And did you know that the smiley is the most popular emoji for everyone, except French speakers? Can you guess their most popular emoji? Yep, the heart. So have emojis made us better communicators? Or do we still have some work to do? Do you speak emoji? What's your favourite?
Okay. Was everything clear?
Yes.
Now let's have a look at the questions. The first one, what was first used to show emotions in texts? Next. Punctuation, right. The next, where do emojis come from?
From Japan.
From Japan. What did people use to tell stories long ago? Pictures. What appeared earlier, written words or drawings? Drawings. What are favorite emojis of Arabic people?
Flowers.
And?
And heart.
No, not hard. Flower and
Smiley.
yeah, well, smiley. Everyone likes smiley, but there were also plant emojis. Flower and plant emojis. And what is the most favorite emoji of French people? That's the heart, right. And the most favorite emoji of everyone? Smiley, a smiley face. Right. So the next task is going to be checking your homework. So you were given a task. You needed to make a sentence consisting of emojis only. And the topic is what I did last weekend. So let's try to have a look at your sentences and guess the correct one, okay? So the first is, Ksush, that's yours. Could you please come up? You guys, look at the smileys, emojis, try to make up a sentence. If you want, you can make notes. If you're ready, you can raise your hand and we'll check.
And be quick, of course.
Yes, and we are a little bit short of time, so. You can tell us the sentence? Right.
In a sunny day, me and my family went to cycling in the forest.
Anybody else?
I agree with
Nice, do you agree?
Maybe on Sunday. She was with her family riding a bike in the park.
In the park. Okay. So Ksush, give us the correct one.
And Sunday, my family and I rode bicycles in the park.
Okay, the park. Okay, thank you, sir. So let's have a look at the next one. Right, that's yours. Nice. Did you come up? Okay. Everything is clear.
Is it about the birthday?
Yes. Nice. Could you try it, maybe?
Night or evening, I went to the Thursday, we were cycling and having fun. And
Yes.
Not
Okay, maybe we'll check one more version before when you give us the correct one.
yes.
Okay. Anybody else?
In the evening, I had a birthday party, and we went shopping and riding a bike, and I was happy with this time.
Okay. Is it closer?
It's closer, but it's not in the evening.
Okay.
Night?
It's in the no, it's in the morning.
In the
Morning. But it looks like evening.
But again, it looks like evening.
Yes. Yeah.
Living in the usual time for parties, not morning.
No, it's afternoon. Actually.
Okay, but give us the original sentence.
In the afternoon, I went to a birthday party. Then we had when we went shopping, and then we went cycling. It was fun.
Okay. Good. Thank you.
Next one.
That's yours. You would like to try.
Any suggestions about this?
You mean what would you try?
Thursday one
Listen, guys, if someone doesn't understand some emoji, I will help you.
Okay, thank you.
First, what is it?
It's a
Calendar?
Calendar.
What is it?
What does it mean?
weekend day.
The weekend. So
I
every
went
weekend.
to the camping and ate double ice cream. And
I can tell.
So it's not a camp, it's a park, but it's some strange emoji, but some technical problem.
Anyway, let's check your guessing skills. Something else? Any other ideas? What about the end of it?
The mountain.
The mountain smiley.
Maybe it was really hot. Yes.
Okay, it was very hot. Yes.
Maybe it was.
Or maybe
and,
happy. Okay.
Initial sentence of that is at the weekend. At the weekend, I went to the park with my friends. We bought lots of ice cream and had fun.
That's it. So it's not double, it's just lots of ice cream. Okay, thank you, Pete. The next is yours. Nice. Did you try?
I went to the theater and I really liked it.
That's all?
I went to the theater to watch a play, and I really loved it.
Okay. Vic. Well, you had some more information in your
Information that it was 2 weeks ago.
2 weeks ago, and who were you with?
No.
No. Okay. Okay. That's it. Thank you, Vic. Next.
It's more challenging, isn't it?
Yeah.
was a like
Competition?
Maybe a competition. You were fighting.
Fight training?
but it was a dream, and then you woke up and realized that you didn't win actually. No?
It was real, yes.
In reality.
Maybe in the evening.
No,
No, it's morning.
In the morning you
Wake up.
You were really tired. You go to your
Box class.
for your train classes, and it spent lots of time here, and you were really tired, and then you
You
were really
Yeah.
tired.
No.
In the morning I went to the training, after which I was tired.
Thank you. That was good.
The next one? But that's yours.
Parents? It's morning or evening?
Yes.
I think it's morning.
Morning?
We see the sun.
Yes, in the morning, then you do your homework, and do your homework, and in the afternoon you went walk with your dog, walk in the park, and
In the evening I would
you
Watch
watched
the
the
film.
film.
And was real.
And it was
happy.
exciting.
Yeah.
Okay, so give us the original
Yes.
sentence.
In the morning, I did my homework. In the afternoon, I went to the park with my dog, and in the evening, I watched the film. I was enjoyed this day.
Okay. Thank you, Bob. The next one?
About what else? It's the film.
No, it's not zoo. So
It's
you
the
can
film.
start.
It's
Yeah.
film about
The bear.
the name of the film? Yeah. So you went to the cinema and watched Churrasco with cheese popcorn. Yes.
There were two girls. Right?
You with your
your
friend?
sister.
Right.
With a friend, yeah. Okay, was it correct?
Yes, it was brilliant.
Okay, thank you then. The next one. That's it.
Okay. Maybe.
You saw butterflies somewhere on the island. And lots of flowers. And
And
decided
took
to take
photos
us.
of
Yeah.
flowers and butterflies.
The second part is correct, but
It's
not.
I saw butterfly.
Yeah.
Yeah, I saw
Also
butterfly.
We went to the
on the island.
No, not on the
To see the
island.
butterflies?
Just
we went to the
the
Nigeria.
Maybe you went to the beach or something?
No.
No, okay. No.
Is it
Last year I was on the beach. Where in Moscow? On the beach. Actually, there was some.
Yes.
Well, it's cold for beach now.
And it was last year? You said.
Last
last
week.
year.
Last week, okay.
last week?
Maybe.
I was watching the butterfly.
Yeah.
Blue.
Maybe in zoo.
Where was it?
Where she was?
On the tree.
On the flower.
On the plant.
On the flower. She was relaxing on the flower.
I
Relaxing. Like on the beach, she was sitting on the flower. Cool. Was
And you take
And
picture.
Don't forget about the pause.
Two pictures.
Yes.
Okay.
Thank you.
So, for about 40 minutes, we have been doing what? Communicating, yes. Now, I'd like your feedback. These two sentences may help you to just to sum up the most essential things about communication. So speak up. Ready?
Do you think communication is important? I think communication is important because without communication, for example, the child will never learn to talk, and the grown-up person will never have a life experience because we have the life experience from other people. And without communication, I think many things won't happen. And
will be impossible. Maybe.
Yes.
Yeah. Okay, Настя.
In my view, communication is important because the humans, they are a social beings, so for us it's important to talk with others. For example, you know the Malwi children. There is children who live and go in like area, like in forest with animals, and for them it's difficult to socialize.
So it could be socialized. Okay. Any other ideas?
Yeah, I agree with girls. Communication is just the main part of a human's life.
Is that it? Would you like to add anything? Or you may just answer the second question. How do you think people can better understand each other when they are communicating?
For communication and talk about the problem, they can fix the problem. And it's very important to talk about problems and maybe try to understand each other.
Okay, Emil?
Sometimes people have conflicts. To avoid them, you need to listen carefully, support your partner, discuss the problem and solve them.
Luca?
I think if people want to understand each other better during the communication, they need to like talk about the things they disagree with and go to the one point of view maybe, or to agree with another view.
Okay. Yes, to find a compromise.
I think people can better understand each other if they have the similar interests.
Yes, similar interests are important.
For example, someone says that he loves listening to music and other person says the same, and after that they can find the mutual topic for communication.
Настя?
I agree with everyone again, and I wanted to add that you should always be polite. You should always be polite, and for example, just don't always check your phone while you're just talking with another person.
That's a good point. Yeah, Hilda? Eye contact is important also, yes?
I think communication is important because it helps people understand each other, and human is a social creature and we always need communication.
Okay, that's it.
I think when some person have a problem, then communicate with other people and they can solve the problem, and it will be more productive when there are more people and they have different opinions than it's one person.
Okay. So, thank you everyone. I think you enjoy our lesson. Thank you for cooperation. Yes, for sure you have improved your communication a little bit, and I think you agree that it's quite good to be successful in communication.